Action, no. You're supposed to say, hey guys, welcome back to the Hustlin' Horsepower channel. Lady Gangster, MVP, Sexy Rexy, he's probably laying on the bed somewhere, and myself appreciate all of you that like and subscribe to the journey. We have a somewhat exciting new venture for you, I guess. It's something that you could potentially own. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to sell it. I don't know if we're going to raffle it off. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with this car, but you guys are going to be able to have some input into what this car becomes. Mm-hmm. So this car was, it was a pretty good car. It was, you want to just get into it?
I guess. It's going to be a rebuild, basically, on the existing foundation that we had for the Homegrown Hustler.
So you guys know that November of last year, I was in a pretty bad wreck of the Homegrown Hustler, but thankfully, I built a pretty good cage, built a pretty good chassis for that car, and I walked away with that one with nothing more than a couple, I don't know, pinched nerves in my back or something like that. I was hurting. I woke up a couple nights not being able to move. But besides a couple chiropractor appointments and stuff like that, I don't think any more screws rattled loose in that accident. Well, the back half of the car did get damaged. So I cut it off, re-back halfed it, and we actually went and picked up this body just 2-3 days after less than a week after the accident. So we had full intentions of bringing this car to race at Dig or Die. That was 2 or 3 weeks after the accident. We busted our butt, but part shortages and stuff like that. This is last November, just over a year ago. We had it was just part shortages and stuff like that.
Shipping delays
and stuff like that. I think I spent $1,000 or something like that. Over $1,000. I spent a lot of money on like overnight shipping and stuff like that to try to get this car to Dig or Die, because the car, it was a really good chassis. Mm-hmm. And I firmly believe you could go fast in it still. And I believe the car could be competitive on the backside and stuff like that. But with the way the sport is evolving to, and the way the rules were going and stuff like that, I just felt like it was our best bet long term to start over with a new project that was closer to along the lines of the rule set. Now, Straight Gangster is still factory firewall, factory style front suspension, factory wheelbase, all that stuff. But it's a little bit more to the spectrum of what the rule set is asking for. And that's the way I'll put it. Are we close to that spectrum? Not even close. If we had extra finances and stuff like that, like, I promise you we wouldn't have wheels on this car that weigh, like 15 pounds a piece. Like, we'd get some lightweight wheels on this car, and we probably wouldn't be running a 40-spline rear axle on the thing. We'd be running gun-drilled star-flanged axles, and we wouldn't have a drive shaft in this thing that weighs like double that it could. And there's a lot of things on this car that we could change, but they're all financial things, and they're all bolt-on deals. As far as the chassis itself goes, I feel like we built a pretty good chassis. So, Straight Gangster just has more potential to go fast than the four-door body does. So, we've decided, we were hemming and hawing for a while, and this is where this all comes down to, where this is actually going to be a two-part deal. But
the first part is homing, yeah, like
this four-door car. And part two is you guys don't get to know about it just yet, but there are some things in works, and I think Maddy's excited for that. So we're going to be working on another four-door car that is a street project that is going to be cool. Miley, MVP, will be able to sit in the back seat, in the car seat, in the back seat, and we'll take it to the racetrack with us and stuff like that. And
put a little headphones on her that we got, earmuffs.
Yeah, Maddy will race it in maybe some true street stuff, maybe some big tire stuff, and we'll drive the freaking heck out of it. And,
but that's part 2.
But that's part 2, so we're not going to get too in depth about that one just yet. So, this car right here, like I said, we'll either raffle it off or we'll just straight up sell it. So it's going to be a titled and legal 4-door 1930 34
I think that body's a
4-door Dodge. And we don't have front fenders for it and stuff like that just yet. So we'll probably just do an open wheel deal. We're going to do the drop axle out front. I got to find a rear end for it and stuff like that, because this car, we literally had this car days away from running and driving. Like literally days away from running and driving complete. Well, all those parts, after we lost the Homegrown Hustler and built Straight Gangster, financially, we stole everything.
Yeah, we stripped everything off.
We stripped everything off of that car, including electrical system, fuel system, rear end, everything. So all that stuff needs to be rebuilt. So there's gonna be a little bit of a build series in this deal that you guys can follow along as we put stuff together. As I more than likely build a rear end for this thing and do another front suspension, and we got to do a whole nother steering setup because I stole all that stuff for Straight Gangster, and we'll do interior work in this thing again, and door panels and carpet and rear seats, and
along the way we'll be doing the video like rebuild series, I guess you could say, and you guys will have an opportunity to give us input on the way
we do go about things.
Yeah, the way we go
No,
about
I'm not
it.
like you'll have input on it. So guys, this motor, of course, it had our twin turbo big block on methanol in this chassis before. It just doesn't make sense to put a really high dollar motor in this thing. We just can't do it. So we'll either do like another big block in it that's like a carburetor or something like that, or I got some pieces together that we could throw a big block back in there. We might go a small block Chevy. We might go a LS motor, but it'll probably have a turbo 400 or power glide. A 4L80 would be really cool, I think, for the transmission. But electronics wise, fuel injection would be really cool on it. We don't have a fuel injection system right now that's sitting around. So that's something that would have to be purchased, and we're going to put this car together for a really cool street strip vehicle.
Yeah.
If you want to race it, you can race it. I plan on cutting the funny car cage out of it because what did I say?
The purpose of it is to be a street.
It's to be a street strip car, and that's the way that's the way you're going to sell it as. And like, I want this car to be a really cool car that goes, maybe, I don't know, high 5s, low 6s, and of course you go faster than that because we've been fast with this car, but it's not going to be.
At that point, it's on the owner's.
Yeah, it's on the new owner's
Yeah.
choices to be able to put a better motor in this thing and so on and so forth and go fast. All right, guys. So the future owner will have the opportunity to go through and like put a better motor in it or this or that. Or if someone is buying the car outright and wants some personal touches done to the car, whether they prefer this type of electronic system or this type of this or this type of that, well, then you could have some influence on it or whatever if you put a down payment on the car or something like that. But for the most part, you guys are going to have input onto what is going into the car. If you guys have some good used quality parts or new parts that weren't used, that we can. I said it again.
You've said it twice now. I'm keeping track. Anyways. If you've got good used parts or new parts that haven't been used yet and are looking to get them off of your hands, then they might be something we could purchase to put into the build.
Yeah. So we're trying to keep this build as budget friendly as possible so that you guys,
If
someone...
If our costs are low, it can be a lower cost for the person who ends up purchasing it.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to get, you know, a big chunk of money for this project.
No.
So, but at the same time, we can't afford to lose money either. So, as long as everything goes into this project and everything works out as well, the start date, when's the start date?
Early January.
So we're going to start after the holidays. We're going to bring this thing over to our good friend Don Foss's house. He's a long-time, lifelong friend.
Literally.
He's got like 15, 20 years on me. He's a little bit older than me, but that's okay. He's a dang good dude, and they're good friends of ours. So he's got a little bit of room in his garage, or he's going to make a little bit of room in his garage, and we're going to bring that over there, and we're going to knock this project out for you. So we're going to be doing a build series on it, and there's a lot of work that needs to go done. So we stripped all the parts off of this car to go into the Homegrown Hustler, or into Straight Gangster, but we need to find all those parts to put back into this car. So if you got parts laying around, let us know. hustlinghorsepower@yahoo.com for email. If you got if you guys are upgrading or this or that to over winter, and you got some good used parts or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is either going to get, I'm not exactly sure what motor is going to go into this deal. It might be a big block. It might be a small block. Might be a LS deal. Probably not naturally aspirated, because that's not the Hustlin' Horsepower way. Probably either be a nitrous deal or a turbo deal or a twin turbo deal, or hell, we could even do a Pro Charger or something like that on the car if we found a really good deal on one. But that stuff,
Is that really street friendly?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a lot of like Vortex superchargers and Pro Chargers and Whipples and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I guess.
They're pretty street friendly.
Okay.
So yeah. What else? You guys got to let us also know if we're going to do a raffle, what the cost of the raffle is going to be.
How many spots and how many?
Well, we can't tell them how many spots, because that's going to dictate how much money we have invested into the deal. So, what is a nominal fee that is logical to you guys? Whether it's, you know, if it's $50, you got to sell twice as many tickets if it's a $100 raffle, right? But if it's a $200 entry fee, then it's half the amount of tickets that we have to sell as a $100 entry fee. So you guys just got to let us know what makes sense there. This car's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be, well, it'll have full interior carpet in it and stuff like that, door panels on it. Probably put all the windows and stuff like that in it. Not 100% sure, but there's probably going to be no front end on the car. But it should be a pretty cool project. And you guys will be able to see the whole thing come together. And yeah.
We'll get started on that after the new year.
I gotta do something, because like,
yeah,
we're up here for 6 months. We signed a 6-month contract up here in New York, so we'll be up here in New York in this apartment for the next 6 months, and we got to do something to occupy our time. Straight Gangster is probably gonna stay down south, and I'll probably fly in or drive down there once a month to race the car at some higher dollar events that make sense to spend the money to go down there and do that deal. But we're going to have some fun up here and have some content for you guys as we're building this car. So stage 2 is going to be even cooler of a project, but you guys will have to like and subscribe and comment along for that project there.
Yeah. We can't give away too many details just yet.
Not too many. But MVP will have a seat in that car, and that'll be a pretty cool deal. So, profits of this car, where are they going to?
Towards buying or putting money into what we're going to build for a new toter home.
Yeah. So,
some sort of tow vehicle that has the room.
We love our toter home. Our toter home has treated us freaking phenomenally the last 2 years or so. But with MVP here, we got to have room for a pack and play and this and that and everything else. And we really are looking to try to find someone to help travel with us, to help edit videos and stuff like that. So we're also going to have to find like a golf cart or something like that, so MVP can run up to the starting line with us. And because a lot of places we race, we're pitted
It's
a
pretty
good
far
distance
down,
away
yeah.
from the starting line. So
If it's a back end of the race.
yeah, like
back end of the
Rockingham
track
is a quarter mile from the pit spot, over a quarter mile from the pit spot to the starting line.
Rockingham and Quickfuel.
Crossville's bad too.
Yeah, they're probably the longest
Most of
ones.
them, even Knoxville's at least an eighth mile or so from the pit spot to the starting line. So that's a significant distance to walk back and forth. And if we need something at the toter home, so we're probably gonna be looking for a golf cart and stuff like that too. So the profits from this car are gonna go to probably picking up a golf cart and some money towards either a motorhome or a rear bedroom toter home, so we have a little bit more room to travel the country with MVP and potentially a third wheel to
Help out and lend an extra hand.
to do the video content and social media stuff for you guys. So guys, we have Lady Gangster, myself, MVP, and Sexy Rexy. Appreciate all of you guys that like and subscribe, and I'm pretty excited for this build. It should be a pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna want to give it away once we're done with this thing.
Of course.
But bigger.
You can only drive one vehicle at a time.
Yeah. But the next project, I'm gonna have to jump in that sucker a couple times. So I promise you that much.
I don't know about that.
Maybe.
I don't think so. I think you've got your own car.
Part 2, I'm gonna have to jump in. I'll let you jump in the friggin'. I'll just let you jump in Straight Gangster, so I could get a rip in that one a couple times. It's gonna be cool, guys. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe. See you guys later. And here's your little dose of MVP.